Too often we have allowed political messaging to come into the church. And if any of y'all have listened to me, you know where I'm going. Because political messages that do not line up with the gospel, that we hold in high esteem, equal with the gospel or higher, will always cause the people to struggle. What do you mean by that? I mean that when we allow a message of backing political potential candidates to be above the commission, the great commission of preaching Jesus, the people will struggle. They will not. Go into evolution in Christ. They will go into devolution. You will begin to devolve, and this is what's happening. We're devolving because of a political message, and so many political messages that are from the enemy have come into the church. I'm gonna give y'all an example. Give y'all an example right quick. When abortion was being formed by the hands of Satan through a woman or a witch by the name of Margaret Sanger, and I said what I said, she was a witch. She was a witch of a witch of a witch. Satanic, demonic, genocidal. And if you go back and research her stuff, a part of her plan was to decrease Black population. So when she began to create what we now call Planned Parenthood, which is actually genocide, what she did is she said, I need to figure out how to get abortion to be accepted by Black people. What did she do, family? She went to some of y'all's hero. His name is W.E.B. Du Bois. And I'm going to put the link in this so y'all know I'm not just talking opinions. She went to a man by the name of W.E.B. Du Bois, who was a massive scholar, like a Renaissance level scholar. If any of you ever study Black history, you'll find that he was one of the people who would always be in discussions with people like Booker T. Washington and Marcus Josiah Garvey. So many of them called him a Black activist. So he was a great Black scholar. She went to him and she went and wrote him a letter. I'm going to actually put that letter in the links later today. And she asked him, how do we get Black people to accept abortion? Do y'all know what he said? This is what he said. He said, easy, I got the answer for you. See, there's always someone who looks like you, he's willing to sell people like you out. That's why you can't go by race over righteousness. You can't take color over the cross, because there's always someone who has a high position, who's influential, who's willing to throw you under the bus, who's willing to Uncle Tom you, who's willing to betray you. But anyways, what W.E.B. Du Bois said, easy, I know how to get abortion to be accepted in the Black community. How do y'all think he did that? What do y'all think was his strategy? What do y'all think was his strategy? You know what his strategy was? He said, easy, I'll get Black preachers and we can pay them some money and we'll have them go and tour around different church circuits and talk about how this will actually help our people. And so this is exactly what they did. They went and they actually paid Black preachers who knew this was wrong, but who wanted the dollar, and now begin to push a political message which took down people's senses, because people follow leadership to where they said, you know what? Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it is a way out. Maybe it is something government should be able to push. And I push this to say this, family. Up to this date, roughly 65 million babies in America have been aborted. 65 million. That's of the ones that have been reported. Okay, that's only of the ones that have been reported. Do y'all know how many of those have been Black babies? Roughly 25 million. Once again, this is only what's been reported. So over 1/3 of the abortions in this country have been amongst our population, and we only make up 12% of the country. So why am I stating this, family? I'm stating this so you understand why you won't hear this preached on Sunday mornings. Why? Because many over the years have accepted a message and have accepted government money and are afraid to lose 501(c) status for speaking up and about this situation, but it has a roots going back to Margaret Sanger and W.E.B. Du Bois. So when you don't hear certain things preached, sometimes you need to go research the history and see why. Do y'all not know that they get more money for melanated or black genetic material from fetuses aborted from black women? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that melanin and the fetal tissue is worth more out of these black babies? So they push it to be in our communities because they use the fetal tissue, stem cells for us and send it to other places. Even melanin. The melanin goes into different medical products and researches. And this is why you see so much trafficking of young black girls and young children. They are organ harvesting us. But because we don't go back and understand this word and understand the danger of political messages that don't line up with the gospel, what happens? We fall for it, right? Because one of the best ways to control the people is to cause them to not understand the issue. And one of the best way to blind people from the issue is to never have it spoken by controlling the leadership. We are valuable, woman of God. That's right. Every black person, I'm not making this a black or white thing, but every black person, based upon the amount of melanin in your body per ounce, is worth over $30 million. We're all worth over $30 million. That's why they want our homes destroyed. That's why they don't want a man in the house, because it makes us more vulnerable to this kind of stuff. Okay? So we have to begin to understand our value from God's eyes so that we can then read these scriptures and understand when a political message comes into the church that is not of the gospel, it is always going to cause the people to struggle. And how do they struggle? Because how do we perish? What does it say? My people perish for a lack of information, a lack of knowledge, a lack of wisdom. And when you lack knowledge and information, you lack an understanding of your value. So you don't treat yourself the right way. We don't treat one another the right way. All right. So that's what Jeroboam's name means. It means